Hello everyone, ATR here, and welcome back to the Hearthstone Beta. So, took me a little bit, but we have enough for the arena. Now, before we head into the arena, we did get a quest that says to get wins with either Rogue or Warrior. So if we get any of those choices, we will pick one of those. So let's go ahead and jump into the arena and battle it out. Which is complete, and we get nothing. Okay, well, no rogues and no warriors, which is unfortunate. But okay, so warlock, we are pretty bad with the warlock. The shaman is okay. Hunter, I like as well. Do we go with the shaman again? I think we started with the shaman the first time around, right? Yeah, I think we went shaman, so it's probably been a while since we have done the shaman. So let's pick the shaman. There we go. Yeah, summon some totems. There we go. So again, card draw, we shall pick as much as we can, and this is card draw. So besides, I like this better than any other one. Mana Wraith is kind of cool. I mean, it throws off the tempo of the game and screws with your opponent as far as getting stuff out. This is especially useful if you go second. So say he doesn't bring anything out in turn 1, you toss out your coin, put out the Mana Wraith, and suddenly everything costs 1 more, meaning that turn 2 he can probably only use his hero power and not get anything else out on the field. Some Fury Protector, it's just like a crappier version of the Defender of Argus. It just gives adjacent minions taunts, while the Defender of Argus gives them +1/+1 and taunt, which, it's better all around. So we're going to go with the Gadgetzan Auctioneer, so let's see if we can also get ourselves some spells on this deck. So there we go. So, Gnomish Inventor, Wind Speaker, and Hex. Ooh, all these are good. I like the Wind Speaker with the Wind Fury. I like the Hex, obviously, because it's awesome. But, well, we said card draw was especially important, so we're going to take that card draw. And I mean, last time it worked out pretty well. Acidic Swamp Ooze, Mad Bomber, and Harvest Golem. Now, I'm tempted to go with the Mad Bomber simply because of its RNG amazingness and horribleness at the same time. But I already used this enough on my RNG deck with the Shaman, so we're gonna, skip it this time. I am debating whether I go Harvest Golem or Acidic Swamp Ooze. The Golem is pretty solid. It's a 2/3 for 3, and it summons another guy, so it's very hard to, remove the threat from the field. But the Swamp Ooze burns a weapon. If it were anything else, I think I'd take the Swamp Ooze, but I think I'm going to go with the Harvest Golem this time around because of its potential there. Unbound Elemental is pretty good, but I kind of over-chose Unbound Elementals the last time. I had, like 4 of them in my deck, and it didn't go so well, so I think I'll skip that. The Wisp is pretty crappy, so I think we'll take that Mogoshan Warden just to have some additional taunt besides, the potential of our hero power. And we don't have any overload spells just yet, so I don't know if I'm going to be using the Unbound Elemental effectively, so we'll hold off on that. If it's meant to be, we'll get more Unbound Elementals to choose from later on. So let's take that Warden. More Some Fury Protectors, Cold Light Oracle. This is the only exception where I said I don't want that card draw, because we also have the Argent Commander, which is just solid. It's a 4/2 for 6, which is pretty bad, but it has Charge and Divine Shield, so it essentially removes stuff and stays on the field, so it's pretty good. Got nerfed recently, but it's still pretty good regardless. Okay, Totemic Might, Thalmor Farseer, and Core Hound. I guess in this situation we take the Farseer. It's a 2/3 with Wind Fury, so I guess it's okay. It's not amazing, but, I mean, compared to the Raging Worgen, which is a 3/3 that can get +1 and Wind Fury, but we don't have any way of triggering it with this deck. So, yeah, I mean, the Thalmor Farseer, I suppose it's okay. Totemic Might giving my totems +2 health doesn't seem useful at all, and the Core Hound is nice for the damage, 9/5, but it only has 5 health, so it's pretty easily removed. So yeah, let's go with the Farseer. More rares. Cobra, Young Priestess, and Some Fury Protector. I am not taking the Protector, stop giving it to me. Young Priestess is really nice, I like it. It gives one of your minions +1 at the end of the turn. But again, I use this heavily on my random RNG deck. And the Emperor Cobra just seems like a solid choice because it's a 2/3 for 3, which is bleh, but it destroys anything that it hits. So it's a big threat. Even though it doesn't have big stats, it's a threat that needs to be removed out of the field. So I think I'll take that Cobra just in case. I mean, I like this, but it's kind of hard to get it work because a lot of classes can remove it very easily. I mean, we have Mage, what do you call it? Mage, then Ah, crap. Why am I blanking on that? Okay, Mage, Druid, and Rogue. Those three can deal 1 damage like at any point. So yeah. So let's take that Cobra. Young Dragon Hawk, Earth Shock, and Stormwind Champion. Now this the Stormwind Champion is kind of nice. You know, +1/+1 for everything. It's nice, especially for Shaman, because of the totems. You can always be summoning totems pretty much every round, and those totems are going to get the benefit of it, which is nice. But Silence goes a long way, and Earth Shock is pretty good. I mean, it deals 1 damage and Silence, and it only costs you 1. And it works pretty well against things like the Argent Squire or the Leper Gnome, because the Silent kicks in before the damage. So this thing kills the Argent Squire flat out, and it kills the Leper Gnome without it dealing damage to you. So, you know, it's nice in those types of situations. But anyways, it's still a Silence, so it works well regardless. So we'll take that. Wind Fury, Lord of the Arena, or Nightblade. Nightblade I don't like. Lord of the Arena is okay. It's a big threat, but it only has 5 health, which means, again, it dies pretty easily. But giving Wind Fury to something which we actually don't have anything right now that can really deal a lot of damage. I mean, I suppose we could turn 8, combine it with an Argent Commander, and go for 8 damage. With a Divine Shield on it, so making it even a bigger threat. But I don't know. Now, you know what? Just because of that potential combo, well, not with that, but, you know, the ability to combo it with something else, I think I'll take that Wind Fury. We already have a Taunt, and our totems can potentially turn into Taunters, so I don't think we need Taunt that badly, especially not Taunt that I'm not really, you know, confident in, because this guy dies too easily for his cost. So, yeah, we'll take that Wind Fury. Another Argent Commander, a Twilight Drake, or an Aesir Drake. These are all great cards. Now, Aesir Drake, I would almost hands down take all the time, because it's a card draw, it's a 4/4, and it's spell damage. We don't have any spells so far. But even then, well, I mean, we do have that Earth Shock, but even then, the card draw in itself is also... Yeah, you know what? The card draw is actually going to be the one that tips it over the edge here. Yeah, I said I needed card draw, and card draw is going to be. Twilight Drake is pretty nice. It's a 4-cost, 4/1 that gets 1 health for each card in your hand. So it's a nice early play if you hold your cards and just play it on turn 4. It is a risk, but, you know, it gives it a lot of health. The Argent Commander is, like I said, solid, but we already have 1. So yeah, we're going to take that Drake because it has card draw, and the spell damage is going to be great if we can get other stuff with you know, other spells to kick in, and if we combine it with the totem that has spell damage, that's at least 2+, you know, on these spells. So yeah, we'll take that. Bloodlust. Bloodlust is very solid, although we are getting the choice of a Loot Hoarder. Damn it. Organ Infiltrator I like, but in this situation it's not going to be taken. Damn it, Loot Hoarder. I did want that Bloodlust, which is always a threat with Shamans, because you can keep on summoning totems and hit, you know, with 4 totems for +3 each. So that's 12 damage right there. But I said card draw is card draw, so we're going to take card draw. Yeah, sorry. Brewmaster, Spellbreaker, and Ogre Magi. The Brewmaster is nice for a Spellbreaker, but we don't have a Spellbreaker just yet. We do have 1 Silence, but we need more Silence, and the Ogre Magi is essentially a lesser, cheaper version of an Aesir Drake. So yeah, we'll take this. Like I said before, I like the Brewmaster, but I like combining it with Battle Cries like the Spellbreaker Silence. So yeah, there goes the Silence. Stormforge Axe, Attack Might, and Stone Tusk Boar. That's going to be the Axe. Axe is very nice for removal. It has 3 charges, and it does have 1 Overload, but yeah, I mean, we don't have anything that benefits from Overload just yet, so we'll get that Golem if we come up to it. Organ Infiltrator, Dark Iron Dwarf, and a Gurubashi Berserker. Gurubashi Berserker, we have no way of reliably triggering it, although it, you know, kind of triggers itself because of the high health, so it can probably afford to swing at other stuff. The Healing Totem synergizes rather well with it, because, you know, if we get that totem, it's going to keep on healing everything we have. Dark Iron Dwarf is also a very solid card, but the mana curve is starting to look a little bit skewed in the Force. So I think we'll take that Organ Infiltrator just to have some earlier drops. So yeah, let's take that. Ancestral Healing, Corehound, and Mogashan Warden. I don't like this, although it's kind of nice. I mean, it restores a minion to full health and give it Taunt. So we could toss it on something like a Gnomish Inventor and make it a 2/4 Taunt. But, I mean, we don't really have anything with high health. Core Hound with taunt doesn't make a lot of sense. So I think we'll take that second Mogish on Warden just to have even more taunt and to try to hold back the tide. Yeah, we'll take that. Voodoo Doctor, Silver Moon Guardian, and Dragonling Mechanics. So the Voodoo Doctor is not going to be for us, although the totem doesn't heal the Shaman anymore. A couple patches ago it got changed. So this might not be the most horrible situation, considering that we're going to have a Stormforged Axe. But a Silver Moon Guardian, a 3-3 with Divine Shield, is solid, and the Dragonling Mechanic is a 2-4 for 4 that summons a 2-1 at the same time. So that puts more threats on the field. I think I'll even it out with the Voodoo Doctor, just so we can heal ourselves a little bit more and try to stay in there. Yeah, why not? Go for that. And here we go, some epics. Big Game Hunter, Farsight, and South Sea Captain. So the Captain is horrible. All it does is give other pirates +1/+1. So we're not going to take that. Farsight is a very risky card to play. It's a card draw, but it costs 3 less, whatever card you draw. But if you draw something with 1, then you know, that sucks. But if you draw something big, you know, you can put it out there cheaperly. But yeah, I think that is also going to be one of those exceptions. Well, I think I'm going to take the Big Game Hunter because the Big Game Hunter is just solid. It's a 4-2 for 3, which is okay because it does 4 damage, so it's not as horrible, although it just has 2 health. But the Battle Cry is awesome. It destroys a minion with an attack of 7 or more, so that is very important. Very important to have. So yeah, we'll take that Big Game Hunter. Raging Worgen, Ogre Magi, and Boulderfist Ogre. Like I said, the Worgen I have no way of triggering it, so I can't reliably use it. Ogre Magi is just a crappier version of an Aesir Drake. Cheaper too, so I suppose it's okay. But yeah, I mean, I already have modes of getting my own spell damage, so I don't really necessarily need to get spell damage per se. And I don't have any spells aside from that Earth Shock just yet. So I think we'll just take that big dude, the Boulderfist Ogre, and put a big threat on the field. Brewmaster, Dragonling Mechanic, and Ancestral Healing. Brewmaster is going to be, like I said, I can combo that with that Silence on the Spellbreaker, or hell, even drawing cards with the Gnomish Inventor or things like that. So yeah, we'll take that Brewmaster. Rares. Sunwalker, Questing Adventurer, or Sunfury Protector. So this one I said no. Sunwalker is a difficult thing to remove. It probably needs spell type removal. So it's Taunt and Divine Shield, so it takes 2 hits to die. It's a 4-5 for 6, which isn't amazing, but that Taunt and Divine Shield, you know, makes it kind of tough to remove. But the Questing Adventure is just a solid pick. I mean, like I said, Questing Adventure, it gets out of control. It has to be removed, or it wins the game. So yeah, I guess we're going to take that Questing Adventure this time, because like I said, I don't necessarily need that much Taunt, and we already have 2 Mogish Wardens on the deck as well. The Emperor Cobra could benefit from getting Taunt, so we'll see if we get another Ancestral Healing at some point, but I think the other choices were better. So yeah, Questing Adventure it is. Unbound Elemental, Dark Iron Dwarf, and Stone Tusk Boar. I'm tempted to take the Unbound Elemental because I have 1 Overload here with the Stormforged Axe, but I don't think I will because that kind of puts me in the mentality of trying to hold back the axe so I can synergize it with the Unbound Elemental, which is just going to become a 3-5, which gets removed by a lot of things anyway. So I think I'm going to take that Dark Iron Dwarf because I can buff it something with +2, including a totem, which is sucky, but it can work out like to remove some other things. So yeah, we'll take that Dark Iron Dwarf. Yeah, why not? Oh, damn it. Damn it. Okay, so that's what I said, and I don't want to take that in this turn. More card draw, which, damn it, I'm going to have to take because we don't really have that much. What do we have in card draw? We have 1 Loot Hoarder, 1 Gnomish Inventor, and 1 Aesir Drake. Plus the Gadgetzan Auctioneer, but the Gadgetzan Auctioneer only does it when I cast a spell, and we don't have any spells. The only spell we have is Wind Fury and Earth Shock, so we can only draw at most 2 cards from this guy. That doesn't really give me that much, but I mean, what? That's going to be 5 cards total that we can draw, so yeah, we're going to have to take that card draw. As much as I like the Flame Tongue Totem, it's awesome. It gives Edges and Minions +2. Yeah, I'm going to take that card draw. We need that card draw. We need to keep drawing cards. Frostwolf Grunt, Bloodfin Raptor, and Raid Leader. In this situation, we take that Raid Leader. We don't really need the Taunt. Like I said, we can summon our own Taunt for the same cost, even though it's a 0-2, but, you know, limits card that we don't have to spend. Bloodfen Raptor is just a generic 3/2, but it's a beast, so that's why it's, I suppose, good in some decks. So yeah, we'll take that Raid Leader because it gives minions, everybody on the field, +1. That includes the totems, so that's actually pretty good. We'll take that. Why not? Wisp, Cultmaster, and Windspeaker. Here we go. Some card draw. This can help out, especially with things like that, like the Raid Leader. We can sacrifice totems and get cards for those. So yeah, let's take that. More Wind Fury, a Lightning Bolt, and Core Hound. Lightning Bolt. Finally, we have some spell damage and more Overload, so we'll take that. Silverhand Knight, War Golem, and Murloc Tidehunter. Silverhand Knight is always solid. 4/4 for 5 with summons a 2/2 at the same time. Hard to remove and pretty solid. Fen Creeper, South Sea, Deckhand, and Frost Shock. Now, the Deckhand actually works for us kind of okay because we have a weapon, but we only have one weapon, so it's not reliable, you know, to draw it. So we're going to skip this, even though I was using it previously on my RNG deck. The Frost Shock is pretty bleh, but it is control, and it is another spell, which works with our Gadgeson Auctioneer. And the Fen Creeper is just a big, solid taunt, but like I said, I don't think we need that many taunters here, because we have the potential of getting taunts on our power, and we already have a couple taunts on the deck. So yeah, let's take that Frost Shock. As bleh as it is, I will take that Frost Shock. Stormwind Champion, Boulder Fist Ogre, and another Thalmor Farseer. So I think we'll take that Stormwind Champion. Again, it works well with our totems, and we already have one Ogre. So yeah, let's take that. Hex, Silver Moon Guardian, and Scarlet Crusader. Hex, hands down, removes anything from the game, so very nice. Last card, another Sunfury Protector, a Secret Keeper, and a Murloc Tidecaller. Well, stupidly enough, we're probably going to take that Sunfury Protector. I mean, Secret Keeper, it says whenever a secret is played, gain +1/+1, which is nice, but we don't have any secrets in our deck, so we would have to rely on the other guy getting secrets. Otherwise, it's just a 1/2 for 1, which is blah. Then we also have the Murloc Tidecaller, which says whenever a Murloc is summoned, gain +1 attack. We don't have any Murlocs, so again, if he summons Murloc, yeah, it's going to get +1 attack, but that's about it. So yeah, we'll take that Sunfury Protector. We can give edges and minions taunt, so we can get it to work occasionally. We can get our totems out there and give them taunt just so that they take the hits. I mean, generally speaking, you don't really care much to keep a lot of the totems alive most of the time. So yeah, I mean, I suppose that it'll work out. So a kind of weird mana curve there. It's okay. It's, you know, a couple low-cost drops and then peaks at 3. Not a lot of spells, which is unfortunate. That Gadgeson Auctioneer isn't going to do much. We don't have any board wipes, so the Lightning Strike didn't get pulled out. We only have a Lightning Bolt, Frost Shock, and an Earth Shock to deal direct damage. The weapon is going to be the one to deal more damage, so that Voodoo Doctor helps. And we don't have a lot of card draw either. Oh well. No point in feeling bad about the situation there, so let's go ahead and get on through. So that was quite a lengthy setup on the cart, so sorry about that. We'll probably only be able to get one game in. If it is a fast one, however, then we'll get two in this round. Well, this recording, that is. Okay, anyways, gotta stop mumbling there. So Dracon, the warrior, comes out. Okay, we get an excellent early cast. You know what? I actually think I'm gonna keep it like this. Yeah, why not? That Cobra is a threat. Turn 1 drop with a Worgen Infiltrator. Turn 2, we can probably just totem, or even get a Cobra out there. So yeah. Greetings, friends. So he passes the turn to me. We are going to actually start off with the Loot Hoarder instead. Get some damage out on the board and the potential to get a card. So yeah, we'll coin Loot Hoarder, and that gives us a decent place on the board. That Worgen Infiltrator would have essentially done the same thing, but it doesn't have the option of giving us a card. So we can remove this with a Lightning Bolt, which sucks to use it at this point. But yeah, we do that and we drop a Worgen Infiltrator and go in for damage. So yeah, let's keep that board advantage going. So Lightning Bolt comes out, kills that guy. Worgen Infiltrator comes out as well, and we go through. Next turn, we have 2 mana, so that's probably going to mean a totem. But again, totems are fine. Totems are our ability, and they help out quite a bit. So we have 4 damage potential on the field. He goes for Whirlwind, kills it off. Very nice by him. Well played. And he still has 2, so he gets an axe. And is he going to smack us in the face? No, he's going to hold it off. Okay. That's nice. So in this situation, we just simply totem. And that gets us a taunt totem. So that's nice. Meaning he has to burn a charge on his weapon probably, or use a charged creature to bash at it and get through it. So Organ Infiltrator comes out. That is a big threat, which we are probably going to neutralize. Let's see. What can we do here? There's an even bigger taunter, but I don't think that's an actual choice. If I put out the Emperor Cobra, he's gonna kill it with his weapon, so that is kinda bleh. I think in this situation we should simply double up on the totem. Was hoping to get the other totem, but we didn't. So I think we're just simply going to attack that with a Frost Shock. What is this threat here? The threat here is that he inner rages it and brings it up to 6 damage and hits me for 12. And that's actually a big threat. Raging Worgen's going to be bad for us. So we are going to... No, we're not going to spend that. We're going to Frost Shock it. Yeah, there you go. Gets enraged, but it is frozen, so... Whatever he was going to try to combo it with, potentially, we are going to stop it. So he armors up, draws a card, goes for my totem, and draws another card, I think. So now we probably 4. Yeah, in this case, I think we probably just put out a Mogashan Warden and hit this guy for another extra damage so that he dies on the first hit. Yeah, we kill him like that, Mogashan Warden, and that's it. So he can hit me, well, if he has a Heroic Strike, he can get rid of the Warden. The Warden. So he goes like that and execute. Okay, well that's actually quite good for him. Abusive Sergeant. Oh shit, so that's 12 damage right there. So well played. Try this. Weaponsmith comes out, and problem is that again we don't have much that we can do. So we're getting beat down, and I don't think we're gonna be able to come out of this one alive. I'm gonna have to spend my Earth Shock on that, which I should have done to begin with, in retrospect, obviously. But yeah, there was no way for me to know how much he could combine it with, so yeah. Let's go ahead and Earth Shock that, get it out of the way, too much damage. We're also going to put out a Harvest Golem out there just to have stuff for him to hit at. And yeah, he can hit us for 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 damage right now, brings us down rather low in health, so he's going to try to rush us down, which is understandable because he's a warrior, and that is what he does. We can combo the Voodoo Doctor just to restore 4 health to ourselves. And it doesn't sound like such a bad choice. Gets himself another Weaponsmith. Kind of weird that he would do that, but to each his own, I suppose. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this can kill that. 3, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we need to try to get a taunt up. No taunt comes up. That's bad for us. Damn it. Sure. Well, we can kill that. And we can 2, 3, 4. We can heal ourselves and put this out there. And heal ourselves again. Yay, that was quite a pathetic move, but kind of the only thing I could do with the cards I have. Big Game Hunter isn't going to come into effect. The Emperor Cobra dies to anything, so that thing dies and gets us the damaged golem. That thing dies there, and he is going to sack that. Okay. Gruul dies, so sorry about your Gruul. Good thing we have that Big Game Hunter. So Big Game Hunter comes out, kills that, and we put out. Do we kill that and keep board advantage? I think we do. Yeah. Gonna put out yet another thing, which is a taunt. Very nice. Get a Stormforged Axe out there, kill that guy for 3, and hit him for 2 now. So I think that might have been him burning out, but he does. We're kind of even in cards, and he has a health advantage, massive health advantage. He's at 31, so yeah. So he burns the last charge on his weapon, gets through my taunt, and then he cleaves for 2 damage, and that hits the 2 guys that I could afford essentially. So yeah, that puts us in an okay spot. Okay. We keep the 4 damage on the field, and out comes a Stormwind Champion. Stormwind Champion doesn't help me much here. Does give him a little bit extra health, but I don't think that is the time to bring him out. So we're gonna go ahead and put out a totem. 4, 5, 6, 7, which is gonna bring out some more cards, and a Silver Hand Knight comes out. So we're going to hit him for 4 and pass. It's the only weapon I have, so I want to use it for removal as much as I can. So no point in hitting him. He has so much health that it's not gonna make much of a change. Oh my God, Ysera! How do you get these legendaries in this? Oh, this is stupid. Oh my God. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage is all I can do here. Jesus. So the Emperor Cobra is gonna come out, as well as the Aesir Drake probably. Yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, so let's go ahead and Aesir Drake just to have something on the field. I don't want to bring that out, just other guys out like this one, because he can do Ysera Awakens that deals like 5 damage to everything. I'm trying to bank on the Emperor Cobra being capable of killing it. That's it. So we bring out a totem, and that is a taunt totem, so that's actually good for us. And the Emperor Cobra comes out. We're going to go ahead and hit him, and hope that he didn't get Ysera Awakens, and we can just simply hit Ysera with that Cobra. And that is the gamble here. Sap. Mortal Strike. Okay. Yeah, that is very nice by him. So gets rid of that guy, goes through, and Ysera's still on the field. Laughing Sister comes out. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We can get rid of Ysera, taking a 4 damage hit ourselves. We can do this in an okay way, actually. 7, 8, 9, 10. We can give stuff +2, so that makes it a 6, 12. This dies, this doesn't die, and this almost kills that. We can actually kill it if we combine it. Yeah, let's try to regain that board advantage. Okay, so Stormwind Champion comes out. Raid Leader comes out as well. So that gives us a 12 damage potential for that. That stays alive. And we're gonna hit this bitch. Stay alive. Still has one Ysera card, which if it's Ysera Awakens, he is going to kill almost everything on my board. Armor Smith comes out whenever a friendly minion takes damage. Another Laughing Sister. Okay. That actually got us through. Excellent. Okay, so we are in a solid position here. And we can start trying to get the advantage back on our side. So let's see. We can kill that here, and we can kill that with this without losing anything again. And start putting stuff on the field. So okay, so let's go ahead and kill this. Get some 1 armor. We're gonna waste a little bit of damage, but this guy stays alive. We pump out a totem, which is hopefully a healing totem. Yes, it's a healing totem. We put out a questing adventurer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to pump the damage on the raid leaders, just in case we lose that. I would have brought out the Stormwind Knight, but it doesn't have space enough to create the other guy. So that guy gets buffed up, and we go in for the damage. And yeah, we're in an okay spot. We're in an excellent spot right now. So there goes the heal, bringing everything back up. So he dies next turn. A-bomb comes out. Okay, that's a nice choice for him. Kills out 1, 2 guys only, so he still dies. Yeah, so we're simply going to sacrifice this guy right here.
Hey, give me a minute.
Deals 2 damage to everything else. Well, that's it. He is dead. So, well played.
Well played.
Squire, attend me.
Ready, sir.
Yep, you're dead. Excellent. So yeah, that was a pretty tough warrior to go up against, but we ended up winning. I mean, who the hell gets both Gruul and Ysera in an arena? That is ridiculous. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I'm bitter because I don't get those choices given to me, but I mean, I barely get one legendary like every once in a while. He gets 2, and it's 2 very good ones. I mean, luckily I had that big game hunter, and I was able to get the cards to deal with Ysera, and he didn't get the correct cards from Ysera. But man, actually no, sorry. I noticed that we're at the half-hour mark. Okay, so we're gonna stop it there. I'll pick it up next time. But yeah, at least we got ourselves a win. So thanks for watching, guys. See you next time.